Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the creative process. But instead of talking about the usual hustle and grind, we're going to look at a different way. A way to let go of all that struggle and actually invite a little bit of magic into your work.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You get this incredible idea, but trying to make it happen feels like you're pushing a giant boulder uphill. The source we're looking at today literally says it's worse than pulling teeth. Ouch. So, what if there's a better way? How do we get around that super painful process?
So, in this explainer, we're going to break down three really powerful lessons from a coach who just lived through this exact thing. He actually documented what he learned while launching a massive new program. So, these aren't just, theories, they're real insights from someone who was right there in the thick of it. All right, so the first key might actually catch you off guard because it totally flips the script on that classic image of the lonely genius working in isolation. Turns out, it's this simple but incredibly powerful idea that you are not alone on this creative ride. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But this was the bedrock for everything else. The coach realized his project really came alive not just from his own sweat and tears, but from the people he was actually creating it for. They were part of it from the get-go. And we're not talking about just having some fans watching from the sidelines. No way. The community actively shapes the work. They're in there sharing their own hopes and dreams, and their needs become the blueprint that helps guide the design. And that real-world feedback, that's what makes the project grow and get better. Okay, so once you have that community, the second key starts to come into play. And this one asks us to fight back against our modern obsession with doing everything fast, with getting instant results. And this slide just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you have that rushed creation. You're just trying to force it. That's the road to frustration. But on the other side, you have patient creation. It's about letting your ideas kind of steep, like tea. And that's where the magic and the real breakthroughs actually happen. Get this. Our coach admitted he had the main idea for his project for months. He had no idea how it would all fit together, so instead of forcing it, he just let it sit. He found out that giving the idea that space was exactly what it needed to bloom all on its own. So we have community, and we have time. This third key is like the engine that makes it all go. It's not a one-and-done thing, but this ongoing creative cycle that you can tap into every single day. And here it is, the three-part cycle. It's beautiful. First, you allow. You just make space for ideas to show up, no pressure. Next, you receive. You're actively welcoming what's coming through. And then, to complete that whole loop, you share. You have to give what you've made back to the world. And let's be honest, this isn't always easy. Even the coach himself said he sometimes resisted this whole process. But you know what he found? Coming back to this simple flow, allow, receive, share, that was the one thing that always got the project back on track. Okay, so we've got these three huge ideas: community, time, and this creative cycle. What does it all really boil down to? What's the one thing you really need to remember? This one quote just brings it all home. Together, that's your community. We make this possible. That's the whole patient process, using time and that creative cycle. It totally reframes how we think about creating, right? It goes from being this lonely struggle to a shared, collaborative journey. And so we'll just leave you with this question to chew on. Think about some idea in your own life, whether it's big or small. Where are you pushing and forcing it? And where could you maybe step back a bit and invite in a little more community, a little more time, and a little more magic?